What? What in The Exorcist was that? We have finally made a return to Wave the Hunter, and we're starting completely fresh on PC. The reason for the big switch is due largely due to poor performance on console. This isn't a dig at console, of course. The game just isn't very well optimized for it, and it made it really hard to enjoy this game. Bouncing between 25 and 30 FPS, it was just honestly hard to look at. But because I love this game so much, I went ahead and decided to purchase it once again on the PC. And honestly, bringing what I've learned from console onto a completely unexplored map is an exciting prospect. But unfortunately, Grandpa's old rifle's not going to put a trophy elk on the wall anytime soon. So today, we're going to be exploring Nez Perce Valley, trying to earn some money, trying to earn experience, unlock some of those perks that we don't have unlocked. And if we're lucky enough, we just might stumble across a rare fur type or maybe even a 5-star. One thing that I have noticed outside of performance, of course, is how much more foliage there is on the PC version of the game than there is on console. Again, that's not what this video is about, but I just wanted to say something about it because it's going to make it interesting. For example, one of the first missions is you harvest a bunch of badgers, and I actually struggled. Well, here's some mule deer. This is kind of what I'm talking about, though. There's some pretty tall grass obscuring them, although they may be laying down. We're going to have to maneuver a little bit closer to see what we've got going on here, but as I was saying, in the future, you guys can expect a comparison between the Xbox Series X version of the game and the PC version, of course. That's not what this video is about. This video is about these bad boys hanging out over here. Let's see what we can make happen. I want to be careful because they're actually very, very close to me. 1-star adult, 1-star young, 1-star mature. That looks to be our target right there. I don't love the angle, but we're going to go ahead and try it. The game did force us to buy the 243. I think that's what we will use. He's at 150, so let's go ahead and zero. Again, something that I just love about this game is just how authentic that looks. I've seen, we call that the deer dance or the deer walk. My family does, and when you see that in real life, it's a completely different experience. It looked like he went down here, and to be quite honest, I'm not sure how to mark yet. Let's go ahead and go to key bindings and find out exactly what we need to do, because this is kind of important. X. Okay. Keep calm and try not to panic, and I'm going to panic a lot. So we saw the little issue there I had with marking, and that's one of the first pro tips I can give in this game. As soon as you harvest or shoot an animal, mark it as quickly as you can. That way you don't lose sight of it, because like in real life, you don't get special markers. There's no hunting pressure or anything like that in this game. If you don't find the blood trail, you're just going to have to keep looking for it, and there's a solid chance you're going to end up losing it. Luckily, however, we made a pretty decent shot in this guy, and we're going to be able to find him. Again, one of those authenticity things, and I'm probably, every time I make Wave the Hunter content, I'm probably going to comment on it, because they did such an excellent job at the just authentic feel of hunting, the way it feels. And again, I cannot give this game enough credit for that. I've seen a lot of people complain and talk about the blood trails. While it can be difficult, there are markers and such that you can place down like we have over there. But again, it's super important, guys. Mark your shots. Something else that I notice as I'm trailing blood here, if we go to our perks, you'll see that I've got nothing unlocked, and I've forgotten how convenient it is to be able to use Hunter Sense while running, and yeah, we're gonna have to work on some of this. Something else that I like to do when I'm trailing deer in this game, or any animal for that matter, I like to place these waypoint markers. That way I can kind of formulate like a path the animal's made. That way if I get lost or kind of turned around where I'm at or can't find any more blood, I can always come back to this and kind of regain my bearings. It's pretty useful being able to do that, and again, in real life, I would do probably something similar, at least what I would call last blood. Last place you find your blood, place something there, that way you know where it's at, and you kind of get your orientation set. And here is our very first harvest in Wave the Hunter on PC. We've got 50% genetics, which obviously is a very good one to take out of the herd. Decent shot placement. We were almost a little too high, but I'll take it. It's money. Well, that worked out beautifully. Was not expecting them to be standing there. Heard a noise and happened to look over. I'm not quite sure how I didn't spook them because I wasn't exactly being quiet, but paid off nonetheless. This is something else that I like to do too. Obviously I didn't mark it because I had pretty good eyesight on him, and luckily fortunate enough there to actually watch him to be able to expire like that. Makes it a lot easier to find him, that's for sure. And rookie mistake number one, again with the authenticity of this game. I don't know if you guys caught that. He just stood back up and took off again. I made the number one rookie mistake you don't do in real life either. You got to make sure that animal is down for good. We didn't do that here, and literally just watched him stand back up and run away. So, if this is anything like real life, this is going to be a lot more difficult to track now because, well, he's got adrenaline pumping. His blood probably clotted a little bit. He's probably not going to bleed as much. Hopefully, we made a good enough shot that he didn't go far. Well, luckily, he didn't go too far. That could have been bad. That's definitely a very easy way to lose a trophy. So I don't recommend just sprinting up to whatever you just shot. Give it time just like you would in real life. It doesn't have to be too long, but just a little bit to make sure. 50% on the genetics. Again, a good one to cull from the herd. Wind is still very much a factor with these fellas. Whoa, is that an albino? Or is that just a weird coloration? That looks... Surely that's not an albino, right? Are there rare fur types? I know there's rare fur types added, but I don't know if albino is one added to the game. I thought it was just melanistic for like mule deer. I mean, that's got to be lighting, right? Like, it's just weird. I think that may be an albino. I'm gonna shoot it just in case. Ladies and gentlemen, that does appear to be an albino. How about that? Now, after we spent a pretty decent chunk of time in game, earned some money, unlocked some good equipment, I figure it's a good time to take out beloved Hollywood, add him to the trophy lodge. Alright, after what felt like forever, we finally have eyes on Hollywood. He's about 200 meters out. I feel pretty confident in taking this shot, so let's go ahead and bring Hollywood back to his father. Make sure we're zeroed correctly. Wind is a little bit of a factor. And unfortunately, he's going to turn around for us. Let's get just a bit closer here. There we go. Hopefully he'll stop before getting into the bushes. There's Hollywood there. Not sure how good of a shot we made on him. It doesn't appear that we made an excellent one. He's still on the move. Want to say last blood was in that area. I'm not 100% confident on that, but let's go check the first blood to make sure that it was indeed a vital organ hit. Okay, so we've got some blood, medium amount, with some air bubbles in it. That is a good sign. That means we did, in fact, get a vital organ hit. The question is, however, how far did he actually run? He seemed pretty spry after that shot, so I'd say we just barely clipped a lung. And there he is. He didn't actually go that far at all. I was correct in that. We did just barely clip along. Definitely has a goofy looking rack to him. I wish they would add more of this to the game. I feel like non-typicals really add to just the immersion of it, because this is something you definitely see in real life, especially amongst older deer. I really want to see them add more stuff like this. Not necessarily like a great one like in the Hunter Call of the Wild, but just more rack variety in general. Well, we just got done putting Hollywood with his father, and look at these studs. They look pretty good. Unfortunately, however, the albino we got during our multiplayer session did not save, which is pretty heartbreaking to say the least. Pretty disappointed in that, and it just goes to show multiplayer is still very much broken. I mean, there was definitely some bugs going on, little hiccupers too there. I did crash a couple times, but I'm pretty butthurt about not having that albino, unfortunately. But, you know, silver lining is that just means there's yet another excuse to come back out here and hopefully find one on my map. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I'll see you on the next one.